and it will be outlawed if Labor forms the next government.
The contentious practice is used to try and change, suppress or eliminate someone's gender identity or sexual orientation. Laura Tupou reports.
Max Tweedy has spent 2 years pushing for the ban of conversion therapy, including presenting a petition to Parliament. Today's announcement couldn't come soon enough.
We're looking forward to holding them account to that and making sure it happens as soon as possible.
Chanel Lal agrees.
I think it's quite clear that conversion therapy is state-sanctioned torture. The message is clear: legislate away the hate.
The supposed therapy is used to change, suppress or eliminate a person's sexual orientation or gender, and is done through all different methods, including prayer.
We've heard young people say that they pray to God to heal them or kill them.
Labor's Rainbow spokesperson Tamati Coffey says it has major impacts on people's mental health.
It's linked to severe anxiety and depression and even suicide in some cases.
Labor says all conversion therapy, no matter what it's labelled by groups who use it, will be outlawed.
Actually, it's dangerous and it needs to be banned.
But Labor admits it had a chance to ban it this term, but not all coalition partners were on board.
What we are now saying, though, is this will be something that we will push in government and we will pass legislation.
So New Zealand First put the handbrake on that?
Well, you'll need to talk to them about that.
Along with banning conversion therapy, Labor will also invest $4 million into existing Rainbow Youth mental health services. It will make sure those services are more responsive for trans, intersex and gender diverse people, provide gender neutral bathrooms in schools, and remove discriminatory practices from adoption and surrogacy policies, rounding off a suite of promises for Rainbow voters this election. Laura Tupou, News Hub.
Religious leaders plead for global conversion therapy ban. The declaration has been signed by more than 370 religious leaders from 35 countries and all main religions, including Archbishop Desmond Tutu. Getty, William Thomas Kane. Hundreds of religious leaders around the world have declared that LGBT+ people are a precious part of creation and called for a global ban on conversion therapy. The government's Foreign, Commonwealth and Development Office (FCDO) has funded a conference held Wednesday, the 16th of December, to mark the launch of the Global Interfaith Commission on LGBT+ Lives. The Global Interfaith Commission on LGBT+ Lives, organized by the Ozan Foundation, which works with religious organizations around the world to eliminate discrimination based on sexuality or gender, aims to provide a voice for religious leaders to affirm and celebrate the dignity of all, independent of their sexuality, gender expression and gender identity. The commission has 21 founding members, including Argentinian lawyer Roberto Manuel Carles, who has advised the Pope on justice and human rights issues, Primus of the Scottish Episcopal Church Bishop Mark Strange, the former President of Ireland Dr. Mary McAleese and Reverend Canon Mafo Tutu Van Firth, daughter of Archbishop Desmond Tutu. Central to the commission is a declaration, which has already been signed by more than 370 religious leaders from 35 countries and all main religions, including Archbishop Desmond Tutu himself. The declaration asks for the forgiveness of the LGBT+ community for the harm that religious teaching has caused its members, and calls for an end to violence against queer communities around the world, and a global ban on conversion therapy. It has been produced as both a document and a video, calling for religious communities around the world to celebrate inclusivity and the extraordinary gift of our diversity. The declaration states, "We come together as senior religious leaders, academics and lay leaders from around the world to affirm the sanctity of life and dignity of all. We affirm that all human beings of all sexual orientations, gender identities and gender expressions are a precious part of creation and are part of the natural order. We affirm that we are all equal under God, whom many call the divine, and so we are all equal to one another. We therefore call for all to be treated equally under the law. We recognize with sadness that certain religious teachings have often, throughout the ages, caused and continue to cause deep pain and offense to those who are lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer and intersex. We acknowledge, with profound regret, that some of our teachings have created, and continue to create, oppressive systems that fuel intolerance, perpetuate injustice and result in violence. This has led, and continues to lead, to the rejection and alienation of many by their families, their religious groups and cultural communities. We ask for forgiveness from those whose lives have been damaged and destroyed on the pretext of religious teaching. We believe that love and compassion should be the basis of faith and that hatred can have no place in religion. We call on all nations to put an end to criminalization on the grounds of sexual orientation or gender identity, for violence against LGBT+ people to be condemned and for justice to be done on their behalf. We call for all attempts to change, suppress or erase a person's sexual orientation, gender identity or gender expression, commonly known as conversion therapy, to end, and for these harmful practices to be banned. Finally, we call for an end to the perpetuation of prejudice and stigma and commit to work together to celebrate inclusivity and the extraordinary gift of our diversity. It is now available for all people of faith to sign, and the Commission encourages the public to invite their own faith leaders to sign the declaration. Ozan Foundation Director Jane Ozan said, "We are encouraging all people of faith to sign this declaration, so that we can give a clear message to all countries that religious teaching does not tolerate prejudice and should never be used to endorse discrimination. Our hope is that LGBT+ people and their allies will share it with their own faith leaders and ask them to sign it too." Dilwar Hussain, chair of New Horizons in British Islam, told a press briefing on the launch of the commission, "I'm really honored to be a part of this, and I'm especially honored because I think Muslim communities have been, for so long, behind the curve on issue of LGBT+ justice. There's a lot of talk in Muslim communities of equality, of prejudice, of discrimination. Often that's quite communitarian, often that's about us. I think if we're going to be serious about addressing issues of justice and injustice in our society, we've got to have an argument that's morally consistent. We can't have an argument that's just partial and sectarian. That's just not going to work, and it's not religious to think in that way." Reverend Canon Mafo Tutu van Furth, South African anti-apartheid campaigner and daughter of Desmond Tutu, was formerly a priest but was forced to give up her license after marrying her wife, Marceline, in 2016.
All right, Shalom. I'm going to start out by giving all honor, glory, and praise to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who teach and where I learn this truth. Peace and salutations to everybody, Shemar Shai's elect. All right, so finna get into another lesson right quick. Y'all by Shemar Shai Ratazai, be edifying. All right, so as you seen in that compilation that it played in that article that read itself out, all right, this homosexuality that's pushed right here in spiritual Sodom and Egypt, all right, that's why this place has to be destroyed, all right. America, so-called America, all right, which is spiritual Sodom and Egypt, as I just said, but America would have you to believe that it's governed and that it's ruled by the Bible, all right. You even have these fucking pharaohs, because they ain't, these modern day pharaohs, these Edomite presidents and shit, you even have them swear in on the Bible, all right. Even when you go to Esau's judicial system, all right, in his courts and shit, all right, he'll have you swear in on the Bible, which you're not supposed to do that either, all right. But nevertheless, they take the words, they take the covenant of the Bible, but they don't do what it says to do, all right. That's in Psalms 50, which I'm finna get also. But if America was really a God-fearing nation as they claim to be, they would keep the laws that Yahweh Basham Yahushai, whom the world ignorantly calls God and Jesus, implemented to be followed, all right? This is Leviticus 20 and 13, all right? It say, if a man also lie with mankind as he lieth with a woman, both of them have committed an abomination. They shall surely be put to death. Their blood shall be upon them. All right, so according to the scriptures, you know what I'm saying, there is supposed to be no homosexuality going on, all right? And the laws, statutes, and commandments was given to the Israelites. It wasn't given to the world, all right? This was given to you so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, all right? That's why we better than these people, all right? Deuteronomy 7 and 6, all right? This Leviticus 18, it says, thou shalt not lie with mankind as with womankind. It is abomination. All right, so it's an abominable act to do something like that, all right? We go to Deuteronomy 7 and 6. It say, for thou art a holy people unto the Most High Yahweh thy power. The Most High Yahweh thy power had chosen thee to be a special people unto himself above all the people that are upon the face of the earth. All right, so you Jakes ain't supposed to be doing that, all right? You 2/3, you take pleasure in your wickedness, all right? So, you know what I'm saying? I'm just making this, you know what I'm saying, for the elect, but, you know what I'm saying? This ain't something that an Israelite man or Israelite woman is supposed to be taking part in, all right? Homosexuality, all right? That's an abomination to the Lord, all right? Let me go to Deuteronomy 23 and 17. It say, there shall be no whore of the daughters of Israel, nor a sodomite of the sons of Israel. So there's to be no rectum playing in no kind of way. All right, for you men, you are not supposed to be playing in anybody's rectum. All right, but as we know how this world is governed, all right, this man. Let me go to Romans 1 now. Start at verse 25. It say, who changed the truth of Yahweh into a lie and worshipped and served the Creator more? Slack it. Who changed the truth of Yahweh into a lie and worshipped and served the creature more than the Creator, who is blessed forever. Amen. For this cause Yahweh gave them up unto vile affections, for even their women did change the natural use into that which is against nature. This is talking about homosexuality. All right. And likewise, also the men, leaving the natural use of the woman, burned in their lust one toward another, men with men working that which is unseemly, and receiving in themselves that recompense of their error, which was meat. All right, and that's why a lot of, you know what I'm saying, sexually transmitted diseases and all of that madness is, you know what I'm saying, plaguing them alphabet people, all right, them people, all right, them iffy people. All right, verse 28, it say, and even as they did not like to retain Yahweh in their knowledge, Yahweh gave them over to a reprobate mind to do those things which are not convenient. So Yahweh Shai gave you Jakes up, you know what I'm saying, to do this wickedness, all right? The heathen are going to be heathen. They're going to do what they do, all right? That's why in Jeremiah 10 and 2, it tells you, learn not the way of the heathen, all right? For the customs of the people are vain, all right? They're vain, meaning, what is vain? Unprofitable, all right? Let me see, verse 29, it say, being filled with all unrighteousness, fornication, wickedness, covetousness, maliciousness, full of envy, murder, debate, deceit, malignity, whisperers, backbiters, haters of Yahweh, despiteful, proud, boasters, inventors of good things, disobedient to parents, without understanding, covenant breakers, without natural affection, implacable, unmerciful, who knowing the judgment of Yahweh, that they which commit such things are worthy of death, not only do the same, but have pleasure in them that do them. All right, because 2/3 you niggas that live that lifestyle, you take pleasure in your wickedness. All right, you don't fear Yahweh Shai in no kind of way, and that's because ye of your father the devil. All right, talking about Esau. All right, now I'm finna get on this nigga now. This is Psalms 50 and 16. It say, but unto the wicked, and the wicked is Esau. That's Malachi 1 and 4. All right. And then when you read Job 9 and 24, it tell you the earth is given to the hand of the wicked. So Esau is in rulership right now. All right. He's pushing out what's happening on this earth right now. All right. 2nd Ezra 6 and 9 tells you, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. So, you know what I'm saying? Jacob's rulership is going to come after Esau. So Esau is going to be ruling when Yahweh Shah returns, all right? So let me read this. Psalms 50 and 16, it say, but unto the wicked Yahweh said, what is thou to do to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth, seeing thou hatest instruction and cast my words behind thee. All right, and that's what Esau does, all right? You want to say America is a God-fearing nation when you don't even do anything that, you know what I'm saying, who you believe is God tells you to do, all right? You don't fucking, these damn devils don't keep the land Sabbath. They don't keep the actual Sabbath of the Bible, which is according to the new moons, all right? Esau's created his own holy days, all right? His own hellish days, all right? Hella days, all right? Because there ain't nothing holy about this nigga, you know what I'm saying? He's hellish, all right? So he's created his own hell days and all that shit. All right, and 2/3 of you Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans, you conform to it. You celebrate Christmas. All right, you celebrate New Year's. You celebrate your birthday. All right, you celebrate all of that. You ain't never even tried to keep one of the Most High Yahweh Shai's holy day, but you keep all of Esau's hella days, all right? That's why Yahweh Shai is going to kill 2/3 of his people as well, because a lot of Jake gets down with that homosexuality shit, all right? They get down with it, all right? Go to Isaiah 3 and 9, all right? They say, the show of their countenance doeth witness against them, and they declare their sin. See, this is against God, all right? Against Yahweh, Bashim Yahushua. They declare their sin as Sodom, all right? They hide it not. Woe unto their soul, for they have rewarded evil unto themselves, all right? So you Jakes have rewarded evil to yourselves, all right? Taking part in this fucking wickedness, all right? Go to Revelations 11 and 8. All right. And it reads, and their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom and Egypt. Talking about America. Sodom for the homosexuality, Egypt for the slavery, where also our Lord were crucified. All right, where Yahweh Shai was crossed out at, all right. He was crossed out, all right, and sweet red Jesus was put up in his image, all right, in his place, all right. And 2/3 of our people, they conform to that shit, all right? They love sweet red Jesus, all right? They love that come as you are doctrine that Christianity teaches you, all right? Which is just another form of the Roman Catholic Church, all right? They don't want to hear the true gospel of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, all right? They don't want to hate the evil and love the good, all right? As it says in Amos, all right, chapter 5, and I think it's 15. Let me get it. Let me see, I'm gonna read verse 15. It say, hate the evil and love the good, and establish judgment in the gate. It may be that the Most High Yahweh power of hosts will be gracious unto the remnant of Joseph. All right, and Joseph is, you know what I'm saying, basically meaning Israel, all right, the elect of Israel. All right, let me go up to verse 10. It say, they hate him that rebuketh in the gate, and they abhor him that speaketh uprightly. All right, so if you was to tell these jakes, all right, you know what I'm saying? The Lord, Yahweh Shai, ain't dealing with homosexuality. He's not even dealing with a man that's popping his woman in her rectum, all right? The Lord, Yahweh Shai, don't get down like that. He don't like that. He said don't do that shit, all right? It's an abomination. 2/3 of our people, you know what I'm saying? It'll go in one ear and out the other, all right? They'll get ready to go demon time on one of these fucking women, all right? That same night you told them that, all right? Let me see, Jeremiah 44 and 4. It say, howbeit I sent unto you all my servants, the prophets, rising early and sending them saying, oh, do not this abominable thing that I hate. All right, so we read that that's an abomination, all right, in Leviticus 18 and 22. All right, if a man lay with a woman as he lay with a man, that's an abomination. All right, so we tell, you know what I'm saying, we tell our people that they ain't supposed to do that, but the only people who going to hearken, all right, is the 1/3, all right. It's becoming more and more evidently clear, all right, that the majority of our people are gone in their wickedness, so these videos ain't meant for them, all right? This is just meant for, all right, upliftment of the elect, all right? Those who've repented and turned from their ways of wickedness, all right? Especially these abominable sins, all right? You know what I'm saying? We all have sins, ain't none of us perfect, but we ain't fucking committing these abominable acts, all right, worthy of death, all right, as it said in Romans 1, all right, verse Was it 32? All right, but nevertheless, you seen the article, you seen what it said. I ain't gonna make this too long. All right, I'm gonna close it out now. Give all honor, glory, and praises to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai by Hashem, Rakakwadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom.